Welcome, Aart, to One to Taste Talks Food Ingredients, our webinar about the food ingredients industry. And today we're talking specifically about sustainable practices and sustainable ingredients and the challenges around that. But maybe good for our listeners to also get to know Aart and your company, Moringa Wize, a bit better. So if you would be so kind to tell us a bit more about that.
Yeah, Jasper, thank you very much for having me on this little show. And my name is Aart van der Bos from the Netherlands. I'm an entrepreneur. I established different companies over time, always active in food supply chains and helping international food supply chains to become more sustainable through setting up companies on production, for example, in African countries, in Latin America, for example. And specifically with Moringa Wize, we focus on, let's say, the Moringa plant as a start. We've done 5 years of research to the characteristics of the plant. So we developed one is a bio-stimulant, and that is because that's good for plants and trees. Next to that, we also use the plant for powder, which can be used in the food industry, or tea leaf. It can also be used in the food industry, cosmetics for the oil, and some other products. So we are happy. We also joined One to Taste about 1.5 years ago, and we are sustainability is in our veins, so to say. It's in our DNA.
Very good. And if we talk about sustainable ingredients, often cost is coming is part of that discussion. Do you believe that costs are an important factor of market success?
Yeah, I believe that cost is definitely an important factor of market success. In fact, the cost of a product is one of the most important factors that clients or consumers consider when making purchasing decisions. If a product is too expensive, for example, it will not sell well, even if it's of high quality. But at the same time, if a product is priced too low, consumers may perceive it as being a low quality or not worth their money. That being said, it is important to find the right balance between cost and quality to achieve market success. You know, in the food and cosmetics and agri industries where we are active, clients are often willing to pay a premium for products that are perceived as healthier or more sustainable or better for human bodies or for their crops in the agri sector. And for that reason, we are, for example, organically certified. And we focus clearly on combining social impact, ecological impact with commercial success. And therefore, it's important to keep in mind that cost should not be the only consideration when setting a price. Other factors such as quality, brand reputation, certification, in our case organic, and market demand also play an important role in determining the price, but also the success of the product.
And is this also how you, as a company, Moringa Wize, are dealing with the price setting? So you do market research, or how does that work in your case?
Yeah, we follow different strategies. One of the strategies is that we use to deal with pricing challenges through conducting a lot of market research, as you already said, to understand consumer demands and preferences. And this helps us to determine the optimal price point for the products that takes into account both cost and also the client's willingness to pay. And in addition, we also consider using dynamic pricing strategies, such as offering promotional pricing, adjusting prices based on market conditions. There's examples like the past period where there's war in Ukraine and Russia, then that really has a big impact on the market. And another strategy that we sometimes use is to focus on cost reduction when that is through innovation and also efficiency. If you grow, you have purchase power, and you can lower your cost price by just having advantages in buying larger quantities for ingredients, for example. And by reducing cost, we can maintain a competitive edge while still providing high quality products at an affordable price. And ultimately, it's important that for us to be flexible and adaptable to changing market conditions and client preferences, of course, because that change over time. And by monitoring the market closely and being willing to adjust pricing strategies as needed, we can navigate these challenges and hopefully achieve long-term success.
Yeah. So it's not really a cost plus model, but it is a market based pricing model.
Yeah. And then, but yeah, as said, we use different pricing strategies for
Yeah,
that.
yeah. And how do you? I mean, there is. It's not only the right thing to do, producing and selling sustainable ingredients, but it's also very necessary to do this. How do you see the challenges in supply and demand in that particular field? Because sustainable ingredients are actually there's not that many. Yes, there is a lot, but there's if you look at the total consumption, it's still a very small percentage that is, for example, organic,
Yeah.
let alone regenerative. How do you see this in terms in relation with pricing and availability, etc.?
Yeah. Well, actually, I'm a sort of ecological evangelist for a few decades almost already. And so in recent years, there has been a growing trend towards healthier and more sustainable products across all the sectors where we work in. I think you also recognize that in the
Yeah,
market, even though it's still small. But clients increasingly are interested in products that are organic or non-GMO or environmentally friendly or socially friendly, like fair trade, as well as products that cater to specific dietary needs and restrictions. There's an increasing demand for, let's say, health products. People are more and more aware of it, and this trend is likely to continue in the coming years. And since we are able to respond to these changing demand, I think we are at the right time at the moment. And another trend actually that may emerge is in the coming years is the increased use of technology as well in industries. With all kind of compounds from for example waste streams, which you can use in the industry, or we look at more other types of technological innovations like artificial intelligence or machine learning to make your processes better and to better understand clients' preferences, for example, and optimize the products and the marketing strategies. And additionally, we are looking at using blockchain to increase transparency and traceability also in the supply chains, which can help us to build trust with clients and even and get more insight in what end users are doing. So finally, there may be increased regulatory scrutiny in these industries as well, particularly around issues related to labeling or animal welfare or sustainability. So we proactively address these topics, and I think that is important that we show what we do, but we also do what we say, and commit to our vision and our thoughts that we have for the long run, not only for ourselves but also for, let's say, our customers and basically future generations, because that is what we have in mind.
Yeah. Wow. I think you guys are on top of things. It sounds like you're doing the right things here, Aart. Unfortunately, the time is going always so fast in these webinars, and we've come to an end. But thank you very much for sharing your insights. I think it's really helpful for people to also realize that there's different strategies you can take in order to enter a market. And obviously, There's different routes to markets, and there's also the technology component that you're mentioning that will be of more value in the future and can be used for different aspects in the supply chain, for sure. Well, thank you very much, Aart, and we'll be in touch for sure.
Okay, most welcome. Thank you.